Hi there. If you're not a regular public transport user, finding your way around the train stations in Switzerland might sound a little bit daunting, but in today's special video podcast episode, we're going to share with you how easy it actually is and explain all the comings and goings of one of Switzerland's busiest train stations. My guest today is Andy Nef, who is a regular podcast guest. And Andy, welcome. Tell us what you're going to show us today, please.
Hello and a very good morning, Caroline. I have to say it was raining last night and I'm quite surprised how beautiful the weather is this morning. We are very lucky. So I'm here at Zurich main station, right at the edge of one of the platforms. And you're totally right. This is one of the busiest railway stations, not only in Switzerland, but actually in the world. It's a little bit noisy, as you can hear. There's just a train passing by. Welcome to Zurich main station.
Wonderful. So I know public transport is super popular in Switzerland, not only with visitors, but of course with the Swiss themselves. What do you think are the main reasons that make travelling by public transport in Switzerland so amazing and so popular?
Well, I actually don't have only one reason. I have 5 reasons, which I would like to share with you today. And reason number one, maybe Zurich main station is not the best place for that. But reason number one why people should use public transport in Switzerland are the views, or the view. Because the views are everywhere in Switzerland, not only on the mountain peaks, what people usually expect, but even taking the intercity train from Zurich main station to Bern, you have the beautiful views everywhere. And then we have reason number two. Reason number two is the reliability. Because public transport here in Switzerland is extremely reliable. We are probably Europe's best railway, and we are running on the world's densest public transport network, and most of our trains are on time, running 365 days a year from early morning to late evening.
There's some amazing stat about the percentage of trains in Switzerland that run on time. What is that number?
Very good points. Very happy to share this. Well, of all trains running in Switzerland, we have a punctuality of 92.5%. The big question is now, when is a train considered delayed? Is it 10 minutes behind schedule? No, it's actually 3 minutes behind schedule. So 92.5% of all trains run within those 3 minutes.
That is incredible.
Yes, and let me share reason number 3 with you. That's the reach. Because you can reach almost any place in Switzerland by public transport. All timetables are synchronized. Trains and buses connect. I give you just an example. I mean, in many European countries, the buses are running in competition to the trains, but not here in Switzerland. They are complementing each other. So, for example, you reach the end of the railway line, have to change to a bus. The bus will be waiting in front of the railway station for you and will leave just a few minutes after you have arrived. And it will take you to the more remote areas of Switzerland, to the beautiful green valleys where you find the lovely Swiss cows.
Fantastic. And that's all connected as well to the cable cars and the boats as well, isn't it?
There we are. It's one fully integrated public transport system. Quite unique. And let me share reason number 4 with you. Reason number 4 is sustainability. Gets more and more important here in Europe, especially in Switzerland, to travel sustainably. And I can assure you, the Swiss trains are 100% sustainable because they all run on electricity. And the electricity is made from our only natural resource, and that's water. You also want to know the fifth reason.
Yes, of course.
All right, that's actually the most important, in my opinion, and that's the ticket. Reason number 5, the ticket, the Swiss travel pass. With one single ticket, you can use all public transport here in Switzerland. Trains, buses, boats, city transportation, all is covered by the Swiss travel pass. So that's the easiest way to get around on Swiss public transport.
We have had a few episodes before where we've talked about the Swiss Travel Pass. So
Exactly.
I would definitely recommend any of our people listening or watching to go back and listen to those episodes. I'll include links in the description and the show notes for those. Right, so we've covered all those 5 most popular reasons for using Swiss public transport. So maybe now we could go inside the station and have a look at some of the services and how to look up timetables and all that sort of helpful information.
Yes, with pleasure. Let me grab you and take you on a short tour through Zurich main station. And you can see the station is full of trains here. The train right behind me, that's actually the overnight train, which has arrived all the way from Zagreb, Croatia. So you see that Switzerland is so well connected to our neighboring countries and beyond.
So how many trains does come into and depart from the station every day?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe, but there is close to 3,000 trains a day getting in and out of Zurich main station. Well, I have to say that also includes some of the service trains. So when a train is empty and needs to get out of the station, that would also count as a train.
Okay, so are there arrivals and departures 24 hours, or is there a time during the night when it's none?
Not quite. The Zurich main station is actually closed at night, but only for a few hours. That's between about 1:30 and maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. But in between, there are trains going in and out, so almost 20 hours a day. On the weekends, there are trains, 24 hours, the commuter trains in the suburbs of Zurich. Yes, I'm moving a little bit farther. There was a little bit of hectic because the train next to me is about to leave and there were still people getting on and off. And well, if it's time and the train has to leave, it will leave. And
yeah, well, it's got to leave on time.
there we are. So here, just behind me, you see one of our most modern double-decker trains. And this is the first class compartment, very easily visible with the big number 1 and the yellow stripe above the door. And now the train is leaving, so we see the whole 300 meters of train passing by us. One thing I want to share with you are the indicator boards. Here, just above me, I think you can see it, is one of the track indicators. And you see there is a train announced already. I tried to get a little bit closer. Doesn't really work. Huh? Anyway, so this actually shows you which train is leaving, where it's heading to, and what are the stops in between. And it shows you also the formation of the train, meaning where is first class, where is second class. When we look at the one above us, it says there's a lot of small number 1s in sector A, meaning first class is in sector A, second class in sector B, and there is even a dining car in the middle of the train, and there is a family, FA stands for family coach, or rolling playgrounds in sector B. And maybe you see behind me, there is a big B indicated. So
yes.
We are now between sector A and sector B. That's how you find out where you should actually wait for your coach, for your train.
Okay. Very useful to know.
Absolutely useful because, as I mentioned before, the trains can be long, up to 400 meters long, and well, they wouldn't wait for you. Uh, Train is leaving on time, whether you're on board or not, and 400 meters can be very, very long should you need to run. So better
Yes.
be prepared. Have a look. Where is your designated coach and wait at the right position.
Yep, definitely. Especially if you're traveling with luggage and you've got to run from one end of the platform to the other. It's not very convenient.
Absolutely. But be prepared. Check out where you are, where you need to go, and that makes your life so much easier. So we have reached the main hall of Zurich main station, almost there. Well, that was about 400 meters I was walking now. So here we are. As you can see, Zurich main station is actually a dead end. So all the trains have to pull into the main hall and go out the same way again. That's the oldest part of Zurich main station. Well, meanwhile, we have also newer parts of the railway station underground where trains can pull through. So here we are. That's the main hall of Zurich main station, and this is the main indicator board. That shows all the trains, almost like an airport, shows you all the trains which run in the next few minutes. And let me share one other information with you. Zurich main station is actually quite interesting history-wise, because that's where the first train was running in Switzerland. Do you know when it was?
No, I've got no
Any
idea.
idea?
I'm going to say maybe sometime in the 1800s.
Yeah, correct. So the first train was actually leaving Zurich main station at 1847. And you see here in the back of me the old main hall of Zurich main station. That was the second station of Zurich, which was opened in the 1860s. So nowadays there is no trains running in and out anymore. It just got too small. That's why they have opened the new main sections of Zurich main station here behind me in the 1930s.
Okay.
So there are 16 tracks behind me, and sometimes in the late 20th century, got too small again. So what can you do? Zurich main station is in the heart of Zurich. You cannot just knock down houses left and right and make it bigger. All which was left is going underground. And in the 1990s, there were two underground sections opened. I try to show you here on this station map how it looks like. We have the main hall up here, and there are two underground stations here. Actually, it's three. There is also a small one over here. So there are three underground sections of Zurich main station now. Platforms 21, 22, and 41 to 44 have been opened in the 90s. And then in 2014, platforms 41 to 44 have been opened.
Right. So there's certainly a lot going on there at Zurich main station.
There is, and this big old main hall is now one of Switzerland's biggest event spaces. If you want to throw a big party and have some million francs left, you can hold it at Zurich main station. I would like to show you some of the facilities. some people may need some information, maybe do some train bookings, which could not have been done yet. That's actually also here in the main hall. I will bring you there just quickly. There is a ticket office. Not everything is online and electronic nowadays. You can still go and talk to a person, maybe have a last minute seat reservation, maybe exchange some Swiss francs. That's what you can do here in the main hall of Zurich main station. So here we go. You see here, that's SBB's office here. And here you can actually exchange money, can get information, and can maybe do some last minute reservations.
Okay, so is that ticket office open as long as the station is open, or is it
No,
only
it isn't.
like
No,
office
no, not at
hours?
all. Yeah, count on office hours.
Okay.
Good. Now I will take you underground and show you another very interesting facility. Many people wouldn't expect here probably. And yeah, let's have a look. Of course, you also find restaurants, you find food, you find takeaways, and you find a very nice beer place here in the main hall of Zurich main station. So there is something for everyone's taste.
Yeah. And at Christmas or leading up to Christmas, there's a Christmas market there as well in that main hall.
Absolutely. That's where you find one of the biggest parts of Zurich's famous Christmas market. Everything, well, weatherproof, as we should call it, under the big roof of the main hall of Zurich main station. And now we have reached the mezzanine floor. That's where you find the locker facilities.
Yes,
So
very important.
there is plenty, loads of lockers available here, which you can read, which you can get for just a few hours, maybe a day, should you want to visit Zurich just in transit. Absolutely possible to leave the luggage here. Should they all be full, you can also do it at the luggage counter, which is upstairs in the main hall.
Okay. And Andy, do you know with the lockers, do they take both cash and card, or is it just one or the other?
That's a very good question. Let's have a close look, because they have just renovated these lockers here. And as you can see right here, it's all cards.
Okay. Perfect. And of course, I'm sure it's Switzerland, so the instructions will be available in English and in many other languages as well.
This will be in at least 4 languages available. Good. Now we are going down a little bit more. There is so much to see here at the main station. We are heading down to the shopping area. There's a whole underground shopping mall here in Zurich main station. And these shops are open every day, even on Sundays and on public holidays, where shops in the city would be closed. You can get the necessary things down here and even more. It's actually one of Switzerland's biggest indoor shopping malls down here in the railway station. And that's also the area where you can connect to the underground railway stations. So really everything is easily connected. Well, as a beginner, first time in Switzerland, first time at Zurich main station, you may need to find your way. But once you know it a bit better, you really get used to it and it's easy to find. And the signage is very good, I have to say. I have been traveling a lot all over the world, have been visiting many airports, many railway stations, and I have to say, Zurich main station has probably one of the best signages in the world. So just here behind me, that's where you head down to the underground station, which was opened in 2014. Good. Now we all talked about Switzerland's comprehensive public transport network, fully integrated train, bus, and boats. And also down here, that's where you can connect with the tramways and buses of the local public transport here in Zurich. And I just show you again how well everything is signed. See here, tramway and buses. So that's how easy you connect from the main railway station, from the trains to the local public transport.
Mm. And I have one question for you about the timetables. I know it's all, as you said, it's all seamlessly integrated, but I know some travellers often get a bit worried when they're looking at a timetable and they see that the connection time might only be 7 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yes.
Is that something that they need to worry about, or do you think that it's the timetables have been set like that, allowing sufficient time for people to move from one platform to another?
No, the timetables are really set to allow enough time for moving from one train to the other. For example, minimum connecting time here in Zurich from one train to the other is 7 minutes. So you would never find a connection with less than 7 minutes here in Zurich main station. If you have a connection somewhere at another railway station indicating maybe 2, 3, 4 minutes, that's for sure a much smaller railway station where you have only to move from one track to the opposite track, or just a very short transfer from one train to the other.
Okay, excellent. That's good to know. So as long as people aren't, standing around and just filling in time, if they're aware that they need to move from platform to platform as soon as they can, then there's
Yes.
plenty of time.
And I mean, in the worst case, should they miss train, nothing is lost. Next train will leave 30 minutes later, right? And we have
Hmm.
in Switzerland a so-called open system, means no seat reservations are required for the normal trains. We just hop on and hop off whenever we want. And that makes it so easy to get around.
Yeah, absolutely. Good. So where are we? Where are you now?
I'm back at the main hall. So you see how easily and fast you can actually move between the various parts of Zurich main station. And here behind me, you see all the trains ready for departure. Yeah, I think that was what I wanted to show you of Zurich main station. Do you think I missed something, Caroline?
Think you've covered pretty much everything. I mean, of course, there are lots of toilet facilities there. Um, I believe there's even showers. I could be wrong. I haven't actually
I
taken a
think that
shower at
I have actually never taken a shower here, but yeah, there is. Yes, it's also on the mezzanine floor where you find toilets and showers, and yeah, so you see, you could actually spend several days at Zurich main station.
That's right. You've got supermarkets, cafes, restaurants, everything you could
There we
possibly
are.
need, and somewhere to
Yes,
store your luggage.
absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, what else would you like to tell us about traveling by public transport in Switzerland before we let you go, Andy?
Well, it's the best way to get around Switzerland. Believe me, sit back, relax, enjoy. Don't worry about driving, finding parking, missing views on the motorway. Get on the train, sit back, relax, enjoy.
Sounds like the perfect way to explore Switzerland.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much again for joining us today. For everyone who is watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can keep up to date with all our latest video podcasts. We've got many more of them coming this way soon. And if you're listening to this on the podcast players, again, you can subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'll include links to the previous podcasts where we've had Andy as a guest, chatting about the Swiss Travel Pass and the many reasons to travel by public transport in Switzerland. Those links will be in the description and the show notes for this episode. Thank you once again, Andy, and we'll hope to chat soon.
I hope to say, take good care. See you another time. All the best.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.